out on LGD and all those like up and coming tier 2, tier 3 teams, and I saw this guy's like, wow, he plays Wisp probably better than FY, who was one of the first Wisp players that we saw on the other side of the world. But yeah, he plays a little bit of everything. Ran into him in pub a few times. He dominated me as core, so he can play it all. And 1-2, both supports coming out in the first.
Yeah, there have been a couple of teams that like the supports first so far. And, I mean, there's a small chance, I guess, that they can use one of the two as a... Nah.
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 You couldn't even convince yourself.
No, I could not. But Secret can. I mean, we have seen Earthshaker as both support and offlane today. I mean, and even in the past as mid as well.
Yep.
Crazy, but...
LGD have been running a few weirder heroes. They did Leshrac mid earlier today, which I don't think any team is really doing.
They did it twice already, even, yeah.
And Team Secret going back with the Lich. They are, I think, one of the only teams that first phases Lich. I think them and LGD FY. And I see Secret pick it a decent amount against Shadow Shaman. However, this could just be coincidence because Shadow Shaman's in every other game. But I do see them to protect the towers a lot, so you can't get away with the suicide. Drop your wards, and you might lose a team fight, you might not. But it makes the team fights a lot easier when it's that 5 people sieging the tower.
Yeah, Secret hasn't picked Lich this tournament just yet, this TI. But we have seen a lot of Liches regardless. There have been a lot of good Lich ultimates as well. Actually, a game changer in a lot of cases.
Definitely so. A little less so, I would say, without Faceless Void here, but they do have the Echo Slam. Echo Slam gets rid of creeps. Chain Frost doesn't bounce. Well, there's no creeps to bounce off to. That's great.
Easy. And we've seen KheZu play Earthshaker earlier today, so most likely on the offlane. But again, that can swap around a little bit. Which opening do you like better?
I would probably say I like the Kunkka Shadow Shaman. Lich is...
Why?
Lich is, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of Lich just because I don't really think he like does that much. He can like armor people and he's like annoying for some lanes, but overall, like I don't think he's a game winner, right? He's like solid as a 5 and can go around and do annoying things, but he doesn't actually win games. Like I think Kunkka and Shadow Shaman, they both have like really strong team fighting. Shadow Shaman can take objectives and help you do Roche, which Lich can't really do either of, and Kunkka has that huge teamfight potential. I would say much better toolset than Lich's, but winning the early game is pretty good. It's pretty good way to win, I suppose.
I guess it's a bit of the nature of the hero. It's a defensive support.
Yeah.
And you just like aggressive supports better.
It's also hard to see Lich do anything, because when there's like 5 heroes attacking a tower, they all get slowed a little bit, and the tower takes a little bit less damage, and
but
they move a little bit slower. Yeah. It's not as flashy too. It's not like Echo Slam.
No, in the most recent big patch, you got of course the sacrifice that super short cooldown on that.
Yeah.
What do you think that's important enough for him to notice him more?
I hate getting a range creeps tonight, and I'm sure every other core player will empathize with that. So
playing against him is very
it's awful. So,
but it's another thing that you don't really notice. Like, like you won't say, "Oh my God, Lich just denied so many creeps this game. This is that's not it's not gonna happen."
There was one time where I was like, "Oh my God, this Lich ulti was amazing," but that rarely happens. That's pretty much the only. But it's a lot of small things added up, right?
That makes sense. I mean, I guess that's the hero. It's not a flashy support. Though I'm hoping that YapzOr is not playing Lich. I like YapzOr on flashy supports.
Yeah, me too. Puppey usually plays it.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether... I think the Lich also does limit your core pool, because like melee right clickers also do very poorly against Lich because of Frost Armor. That thing is very noticeable when like a Sven is attacking someone, let's say. Yeah,
then the kiting just starts to get out of control.
Yep.
A bit too much. Well, we have a Clockwork picked up LGD. They removed Necrophos in the puck. We have seen quite a few Necrophoses picked up in the tournament overall, and Secret themselves have already played it twice on MP. One successful, one not today. So don't want to face that. It's another hero that is just annoying with the sustainability and the tankiness. And I guess it pairs up nicely with the Lich in that case. Do you feel like because Lich doesn't have any disables, is Earthshaker enough, or do they need a support that has disables? Like if Earthshaker is going to be played by KheZu?
I think they need to be able to match the Clockwork in running and being able to run around. Well, actually, Clockwork's going to be offlane. Do they have enough disables? I suppose they don't think so because they already banned out the Storm Spirit. But generally, Echo Slam with one other okay follow-up is decent enough, I would say, for team fights. Just so you can prevent them from popping BKBs later on into the game. But Secret, I would say their team fight's way weaker than LGD's right now, especially if, fixed. It's good. Now you actually know where Earthshaker is though. So Earthshaker will be played by I think I did see Mid1 play it once, but
yeah, he did.
That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I think we like it's an option, but we should assume it's not.
Yeah, you should assume that it's not. Especially when you don't know what's mid. LGD do have the last pick coming out, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna assume that that Tidehunter is played by KheZu offlane, and then we have an Earthshaker for YapzOr. Anti-Mage picked up by LGD.
Well, split push game is definitely going to happen. I think Earthshaker, they have physical damage issues, I would say. Earthshaker with Enchant Totem doesn't really count because he's almost guaranteed to be a support here. But maybe it is time to throw him in a core so you have that physical damage versus AM. There's TA. I don't think so.
Oh, they have played PL today. They played a mid-1 played PL, so.
I think AM actually does generally pretty well versus PL. I do like PL versus the Shadow Shaman wards. The illusions count as one hit versus the wards, and they just clear them out really quickly. So Shadow Shaman, he's not going to be doing that much with his wards this game.
But Anti-Mage is going to get a Battle Fury, and then your illusions are just
paper.
Yeah, they're going to die real fast. So, as a core, they need something else. Because also Phantom Lancer is no longer a split pusher. Do you feel like he still counts as a split pusher like he used to be, but the way that
his illusions last way too short.
Yeah.
To split, I mean he can split push, but you don't build blink on him. I mean sometimes you do, but he just can't get out safely a lot of the time. I see OD a fair amount versus AM. It's not bad. You're almost always at full mana, so you're not really at danger of being mana voided. And he does have a lot of damage that goes through. However, he is a little bit slower of a hero. I think TA and OD are somewhat common mids versus AM. They have they're like they don't get owned by Mana Void, and they have non-magical damage.
Oh yeah, actually they also had MP played Phantom Lancer earlier today, so they have him both mid and offlane or safe lane. So they can go either way with that one.
Tidehunter looks so big relative to everyone else.
Because they make it so that he stands in front, just like Clockwork is also bigger.
Okay.
So and he's obviously a bigger hero, so you know, double.
What's the smallest hero?
Lion is very tiny.
I want to see like a lion in the back and Tidehunter in the front. We just look like he's babysitting them rather than an actual 5-man Dota
If this was a group photo, you would not put Titan in front. Put him in the back. Hey, there's a Queen of Pain. So we got something else entirely this time. How is this going to happen? We got ourselves a mid-1 Queen of Pain. Actually, we got just an MPPL.
Wow.
Do you like this?
I was like tabbed into like a Dota buff, and then like one of the ads came on. I was like, "What is that noise?" I thought it was coming through on stream. I was really scared for a second. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything.
That's fine. That's fine. Timbersaw last for LGD. So what do you make of this?
I think PL's gonna have a really hard time here. It doesn't do well versus AM. It doesn't do well versus Timbersaw. Like those two heroes clear out the illusions very, very quickly. Mid-1 should have a pretty easy time though. I would say. I guess until the mid game. They don't really have good tower hitters on Secret. That is, I think, the one big doubt. PL's not a good tower hitter because you don't make illusions when you hit buildings.
Yeah.
And Queen of Pain is also pretty poor. So generally, you want to end the game very early. Liquid's approach was to pick Lycan plus whatever pushes they could versus AM, so you can end the game in 23, 24 minutes. But here, you might even have problems taking T1 towers. So I would have to go with LGD's lineup, even though I think their lanes are weaker. I think the AM isn't really threatened this game.
Fair enough. So the split push should be good. We got ourselves, by the way, a classic Tide versus Kunkka matchup. That's nice.
Do you have that sound pack equipped or announcer pack?
And even if we did, people on stream don't actually hear our game. They actually hear.
But what do you like, Schiefer?
The Observer PC.
What announcer pack is your favorite?
I normally have just the default on.
Oh really?
Yeah, because otherwise I just get distracted. And it's you know, it's nice for one game, and then all of a sudden it just starts getting annoying at some point.
Some of them have good lines. I try and rotate him out.
Yeah, maybe I should as well. I do like this tight set, by the way. Let's take a look at who's playing what. We have got KheZu playing the a Tide Hunter on the Offlane. We got mid 1 respecting the knee on his Queen of Pain. We got top lane. We've got MP on his Phantom Lancer. Puppey on the Lich, and last but not least, and already very deep inside enemy territory, it is YapzOr on the Earthshaker. Speaking of enemies, well, enemies from Team Secret in this case, but LGD don't consider themselves enemies, of course. It's Ame for Anti-Mage, we have Yao for the Shadow Shaman, and Somnus is going to be playing Timber Saw. Victoria on the Kunkka, and last but not least, it is, there he is, 11 on the Clockwork, who has found himself a Phantom Lancer. 11 hasn't skilled anything yet. He could lock them in cogs if he wanted to, but that's just not worth it. He knows that MP is just going to get himself out anyway. There's no kill potential.
Still good getting damage on him. He doesn't have the Poor Man's Shield. We see this build pretty commonly, 2 slippers to start off with, but you're actually very weak until you get your shield.
Yeah. Punched.
Okay, AM. Ooh, they're scared to go up that hill.
They really are. Rightfully so. They have vision, and I think with that movement there, LGD knows that, so already a sentry on Yao. He might not want to counter it. Now that he knows where it is, they can just avoid it.
But that's sweet money and experience.
Yeah, I know. the temptation, but it's not gonna happen.
So YapzOr gets that block off on the bottom lane, makes things a lot easier for KheZu. I don't actually know if they have enough damage to zone out the Tide. Probably not. Shadow
Shaman's right clicks, do not underestimate them. He is hitting like a truck. 74! This is something that carries only dream of. Look at this anti-mage, he's sitting on 57.
Yeah, he's like ranged tree.
Yeah, it's really super high, so perhaps with that, and also no shield on the Tide, and obviously no Kraken yet, so I think he's okay. At least, as you said, that block made all the difference, making sure that KheZu can get that experience. So looking at the lanes, you already said that that Secret has got slightly stronger lanes, perhaps?
Yeah, Quap generally regarded as one of the stronger mid laners, and then Lich in the early game. You should pretty much always be ahead in Golden XP, I would say, in the early game with Lich. If not, you're doing something dreadfully wrong. But yeah, Lich is actually denying up top a lot, just because I don't think that he thinks the Queen of Pain needs help. If it were like Queen of Pain versus Puck, he'd probably head a little bit to the mid lane, but versus Timbersaw, not as important. And especially when you have a Kunkka sitting in the mid lane. Kunkka isn't really going to be able to zone anyone out. Just throw out a lot of torrents and be super annoying.
I mean, look at this. This is a lot of damage coming out to mid 1 already, and he does not have the Earthshaker.
He's been landing all his torrents, so that's actually pretty good for them, because he doesn't have a Salve coming out yet. That's a free wave for maybe.
And that's a very low mana cost spell as well, so you can just keep spamming those out. In the meantime, 11 is having a bit of a tricky time here against Puppey, but he's still getting a lot of experience, so still doing quite okay, I would imagine. Tide Hunter's out of mana, poor guy. But level 3, actually, right now with Kraken Shell level 2, the Shadow Shaman is not going to have as good of a time harassing him out.
Yeah. He did get the early Obra Venom on the Anti-Mage. I do like it a lot when you... Because versus Kraken you don't... Yeah, plus 15.
Woo! It seems to be the new thing today.
Yeah.
Every core Orb of Venom.
You can actually do something in the early game, because generally you view Anti-Mage as a hero that doesn't do anything before Battle Fury. But with the Orb of Venom build, I think your kill potential up in the lane goes a lot, especially when you have a ranged tree like Shadow Shaman. It just blast the Tide Hunter.
Ranged tree, oh, Puppey in a bit of trouble there, gets stuck in the cogs with the clockwork. With the battery sold on, and 11 gets the first blood. Don't think he's going to get away from this one, though. He's a bit locked in between YapzOr and MP, just trying to find himself a way out. Doesn't have a tango to eat. Oh, he did, actually, but he didn't eat it, and he didn't get out, basically. 1-for-1 trade, but worth it for the first blood, and also forcing YapzOr to be top for a little while longer.
Has to be so satisfying for 11 killing the Lich. He's like, you ate like 4 of my range creeps. I will get my revenge.
I just sense the hate coming up.
Yeah.
The annoyance of
it's awful. Yeah. The thing is, there's no counterplay to it. You can't like do anything about it. It's just gone.
You just have to rely on the fact you can generally kill Lich easy late game, but then again, he does not a priority, and then he's just gonna be annoying.
No one wants to wait for sweet revenge, though, Sheever. You want immediate, swift revenge.
All right. Well, 11 got it. Let's see if he got it again. And normally, you should not get caught by Clockwork like that, by the way. I feel like that's
Lich is slow.
Lich is very slow. And Clockwork, he didn't even have booted. He's on 315.
Yeah.
Lich is on 315 as well.
When did he get 315? Was he always 315? I don't think he was always 315.
No, I mean, he's probably get buffed. Everybody gets movement speed. Why not Lich?
Maybe I just associated him with Crystal Maiden. He's icy hero. Okay, they just
Oh, Victoria. That's a very costly double damage rune. He's not even going to be able to use it. He's just hunted down. Puppey one more right click, but mid one's dagger ticked over.
That was a crazy fissure. The fissure like pulled him to the other side of it. There was like no chance of him escaping after that. Even without that, it would have blocked him. Oh man, the steal.
Yeah, and he had vision there too. There was a ward at the high ground. A bit of a risky double damage rune grab.
He's still. It takes away pressure from Maybe, because now Maybe doesn't have to worry about getting harassed by Quap with DD. That's even worse. Mid one actually went for a 1-1-3. No 2 points. Prioritizing farming a little bit more. Realizing level 3 reactive with Cloak and Poor Main Shield, probably not the best play top lane.
Oh, top lane has a dead Phantom Lancer.
Uh-oh.
Victoria rotated around, and that's all it took. He got 1 X mark, 1 torrent. All of a sudden, that's a very costly one, and they get. They should be able to get this ward. I think the creep's gonna see it, the range creep and the siege creep. Yeah, before the C3 disappears, and P still gets the gold as well. That's nice. That's very satisfying.
Is that like revenge?
No,
I will get your ward.
You know that it's a fresh ward, and at the start of the game, these wards are so important. You're very limited as a support, and they're very expensive as well. And especially if you're a Kunkka that's just roaming around, you're not gonna get that much gold out. So it's a costly. Look at that scan! How did they know?
I wonder if they know that he placed a ward there. There's a soul ring headed up.
They probably did, because they scanned that he was there. I don't know how they realized that it's nighttime. They shouldn't know, right?
Yeah, just.
That is very aware.
Yeah, definitely know where Kunkka's gonna be. He's the one that's doing the majority of the roaming, so he's either in between mid or top after killing top lane. But now it's just Puppey sitting in the middle lane, and Quap is making a move towards bottom with that level 6. YapzOr, this is such a tough gank. You look at Yao. Yao's like sitting right behind, so if Quap blinks in, it's already strange that Quap's left her lane because she's not level 7. She doesn't even have boots, so you know something funky is happening.
We got an Invis rune on the Kunkka in the meantime, trying to wrap around behind the mid tower. So if that gank happens on bot lane, they'll probably rotate around here or make a move here too. They already are going. Puppey taking a lot of damage already. KheZu can't really do anything about this, and Puppey will drop. Maybe just getting an easy kill right there. KheZu obviously tanky enough to survive, but he can't really do anything either.
And in the meantime, Quap almost dies on bottom. She got shackled from the fog by Shadow Shaman, and now they already had a shrine. So this is they need something to happen pretty soon. Tidehunter is level 6. He just did skill Ravage. I actually see Tidehunter's not skill Ravage because they can farm the Ancients a little bit faster without it, but they need space for the PL. PLs might die again here.
Oh, tricky. Tricky movements there. LGD has got Victoria again rotated up to help 11. 11 is level 6 as well, by the way, so he might be able to make something happen soon. This Timber Saw. Earthshaker is close by, Puppey's close by. They got 3 people here. And they don't have enough damage though, he's just so tanky. He's got 13 stick charges as well.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Just 34 armor. This is usually reserved for like heroes in the late game with Shivas. That's that high tier of armor.
This is a raid boss right now, and he doesn't even need help from anybody else. So Victoria is just free to rotate, and I feel like mid one has to be careful here. He's taking a lot of damage. He's fine though for now.
How fun would it be just being a Timber Saw in this situation where no one can touch you?
And the amount of lockdown that's there is just Earthshaker.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to stand too close, because as you said earlier, he's just going to be a support. He's going to be very squishy, and he's also going to be in a lot of trouble right now. And he's also going to be very dead. That's one of the more satisfying things as a Clockwork with Battery Assault. A hero like Earthshaker, Jakiro is another one, but you just, you try to raise your totem, you just can't.
We need to tier a list of most satisfying things in this game. Killing Lich after he's denied you a bunch of range creeps.
battery assault.
Battery assault.
Especially knowing that he's one of the heroes that has one of the, like, the only disables. If Clockwork can get a jump on Earthshaker, it's just a free range for the Timbersaw to do whatever he wants.
Yep, especially a support Earthshaker who's not likely to get Force Staff anytime soon. Puppey's doing his best to prevent this mid tower from falling, does constantly Frost Armor it. However, doesn't really look like he's going to be able to save it from its imminent demise. And at the same time, Ame's just sitting on bottom. He has a Zoo if he wants to work on those heroes, but now he's going to work on those towers.
Yep, well, his anti-mage is not pressured at all.
Or is that, how satisfying is that? Just being able to free farm as anti-mage with no one to do.
I can't imagine how, like, that must be very boring for him. Like, here he is.
Carry players love hitting creeps.
I know, but I can't relate to that. That's just not, you know, I would want to fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's having a great game so far. He's not being pressured. KheZu, I thought KheZu was doing quite well at the start, but he wasn't able, obviously, to pressure an anti-mage at the same time. His levels are still quite good. He has got the Ravage up if he wants to use it. But they don't really have the follow-up damage. This looks like a very dead Lich, by the way. They wrapped around the tower for that. There's just really no competition. That's... Yeah, it was daytime. They had vision on him. And they get the tier 1 as well. Meantime, bottom lane, a bit of pressure from Team Secret. They've got 3 people hanging out there, but now with the Timbersaw rotating in, with the Ravage, the Sonic Wave, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't have the damage to take him down unless there's some big mistakes coming out from maybe. Well,
Yao's pretty unhappy that his stat got taken out, but that will be the trade. At least it's not an objective.
And actually, with the Timbersaw rotating, at least Phantom Lancer was alone for a little bit. I say a little bit because they're still Victoria, they're still 11, and they should still be able to get that kill. He's going to try to dodge that. A lot of damage taken. He's actually able to get away. Nope, never mind. Anti-Mage coming in. Mana Void doesn't do it, but it doesn't matter. There's no mana on the Phantom Lancer. Sonic Wave, actually! Ame, gotta be careful, and MP just turns around and punches him and gets the kill! That Queen of Pain... I don't think that Ame was aware that was a Queen of Pain coming out to help.
Yeah, he just got bursted down.
Bursted down.
He could have blinked out. I think he thought that one more kill would kill the Phantom Lancer, but Phantom Lancer... I'm not sure if he like sticked right before the Mana Void, but regardless, not enough damage. Level 1 Mana Void.
You got quite a lot of regen, or bit of regen with the Soul Ring as well as a shield.
I love that side lane Soul Ring build. However, they still had to deal with
Timbersaw.
Is 5 heroes going to be enough?
Yeah, they're going to try it. This Timbersaw raid boss fight initiated. There's the Fissure coming out, trying to get himself out. Uses stick charges as well. He realizes he's getting got upon. Nice Ravage, stopping him mid-Timber Chain. Even though I actually think that might not have latched altogether. But that was raid boss down.
That was perfect. Perfect disabling of his Timber Chain. I think they did it twice in a row.
Yeah. I mean, the Timber Chain would have hit, right? The second one that got cancelled by the Ravage? You think so?
Yeah, it was level 3. It looked like it.
Regardless, the Ravage would have stopped it as well, so I guess. That was indeed... that was good, and the rest of the team of LGD... I mean, there was a Kunkka fairly close by, I believe, but I mean, at that point, you know that there's going to be 5 heroes. There's nothing you can do.
I wonder if they're going to try and set up from bottom now. This PL's proving to be very elusive.
Oh, he got the ultimate off still, though. Might be able to for YapzOr to finish it off. Mid one coming in for the stream, and that's it. It's a decent trade, actually. Getting Queen of Pain a kill. YapzOr finds himself in the claws of a very fat Timbersaw. He might have just died, but he's still quite scary. Still level 10, almost level 11 already. And if we look at levels, well, actually, him and Queen of Pain are still both on top, but still top levels, of course, on the map.
Wonder if Minuan doesn't look like he wants to deny this tower yet. Oh, there it goes. Maybe he had to get some confirmation from the rest of his team. I saw him just sitting there, thinking about it.
Shadow Shaman reached level 6. It's time for wards. He's already rotating bottom. Maybe wants to place it at the tier 2 if they take this.
They might be able to see this Lich. Lich placed a ward before Victoria was able to, but now they get eyes on him.
Oh, X-Mark, Torrent. I mean, Puppey's not having a fun game. It's just not happening for him. He died 5 times so far. Oops, YapzOr stock there too, and 11 gets himself another. And what's happening here? There's actually a kill. Victoria a little bit into deep as MP comes around together with KheZu now, with also maybe coming in. It's Secret has to back off from their own side of the map. The wards have been placed.
That tower's dead.
Yeah. And that's 2 towers in 1 push. That's how fast that can go. That's a large increase of gold as well. Especially for the supports. We now actually have Victoria sitting on a lot of gold.
I think now it becomes easy for them to take over this Dire Ancient spawn that normally Tidehunter feels pretty safe doing, but with those 2 towers down, I don't think so. And AM can also just come in and farm that at ease. So now AM has, what, like maybe like 70% of the map available to him once he gets his Battle Fury, which is coming out in just 400 gold. Yeah. So the window is, the timeline is squeezing in on Secret. T1s, they didn't even get the bottom T1 after killing Maybe. So it's not looking so hot for them. Even YapzOr has to go for a 4-stat first. At least that's what it seems like on his quick buy, because he's having that rough of a time, and this Clockwork is just destroying them.
And YapzOr is not able to farm anywhere either, as you said. Bottom lane already.
Torrent on top.
Ooh, that is a Queen of Pain. A lot of trouble. Blink is available, but the hookshot comes. A Blink still there. Oh, Blink after. Let's see who gets it first. There's another X mark available if they want to, and they want to. And they get it too. He has a Blink. He knows he has to wait for the X mark. Yeah, gets it, but then a Blink afterwards as well. The flare misses mid one. Yeah, it's a 3. He's not gonna make it. He's not, like, there's another Blink. Oh, but the other Blink did. Ah, no, never mind.
Close.
That was a close because Antimaze blinked a little bit too early, so he couldn't have followed this time. But still a lot of time wasted. Shadow Shaman did die in the meantime on the bot lane as well as the tower, so Secret gets something in return for it.
Queen Pain going for Shadow Blade next. Shadow Blade versus the...
I mean, you want to have a Silver Edge against the Timbersaw.
Yeah, it might actually be more for the anti-mage, I think. Get rid of the spell shield. I think
for both, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that much physical, so I think like PL just can't really right-click at AM very well, just because he can just blink away from most of the illusions.
It's still an unusual build for Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I have seen who was it? 747, I think, on Danish Bears. He got it a couple of times on the Queen versus Viper. So it's when you need to break those. Oh, and 11 finds YapzOr in the trees.
Yeah. This is, I mean, it's going great for LGD. Again, I mean, they said it at the start. They just make it seem like look easy. They are kind of doing what they need to do. I feel like it comes very natural to them. Because is it me, or does it feel like the pressure of this game is on Team Secret to finish before this anti-mage gets out of hand?
Yeah, it's definitely on Team Secret, but I don't think they can end the game. Now they kind of just, you have to assume, okay, he is going to get farmed. How do we deal with him later on into the game? Maybe right now when PL gets his Diffusal Blade, they can start taking fights, but I don't know. Who do they actually like kill on? They don't have a problem killing the supports already, so what does the Diffusal actually let them accomplish that they couldn't before? Like, I don't think it helps them kill AM, really, and I don't really think it helps them kill Timbersaw, so, like, all in all, Diffusal might not be the most effective item in this game. It helps them fight, but right now it doesn't really change the state of the game right now.
Oh, careful, YapzOr. Under heavy fire right here. Maybe realizes that the whole team is there to back him up. Almost the whole team. Queen of Pain still bot lane.
4-staff #1. That's pretty good for them. But they might be able to get the Timbersaw, and MP is close by.
They want to go for this. They know Queen of Pain is still bottom, and they know that they can interrupt that teleport, and they're actually fighting that Queen of Pain as well, but we're sticking with this one. Teleport out, not going to happen there. It is Victoria that drops first, maybe backs off. Bottom lane in the meantime. Queen of Pain getting shackled, has still got a blink available, and knows that there's a very low Shadow Shaman. Goes for the Sonic Wave, wants to, but Clockwork is just so annoying.
I thought he was about to go for that.
He really was, he really was. Ends up taking refuge at the shrine instead. Anti-mage getting a bit harassed. In the meantime, there was no Ravage used, so Secret still have that one going for them. They got the kill on the Kunkka, which is not that big of a kill, but at least they forced LGD back, and they get a bit more breathing space. I think, as you said, at this point, it's them just trying to prepare for the push that LGD at some point is going to give, and fight into that rather than looking for the fights themselves.
Yeah, normally when you have the Ravage, you want to be able to force objectives with it, but they can't push tower as well, and they also can't do Roche, so now they have to kind of use it defensively and reactively, especially when he went for the 4-staff. They kind of just have to play it around certain heroes.
Hello!
Okay, hello.
Shackled. Where's the backup? Is it enough? There's a blink, and we already saw Ame preparing to teleport out. Oh, jeez!
I heard it too.
I thought for a second that was it, but Ame actually blinked at the same place at the same time. So it actually was mid one making it out. That was a really good blink. It's always it was a little bit tricky where he was going, but good blink. Good blink indeed. Smoke up coming from LGD. And they are going on the aggressive. They are actually thinking about taking Anti-Mage with them as well. Or at least have him close by to come in and help with the fight.
Their lanes are in a really good spot. All 3 lanes are pushing in right now.
KheZu is the one with the Ravage. Probably not the one they wanted to find. A little bit unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and it's right.
But they take this stack. That's massive.
Wow, that was fast. Okay. Probably worth. Mid one.
Yeah, so. With
I mean, look at what they need to do right now. They're resorting to just creep skipping the mid wave at this point.
Yeah. And with the lack of farming space for Team Secret on the bot lane already, even though they are trying to take the bottom jungle as well, it feels like their farm distribution, they have to really carefully consider who needs what item first, which priorities they need to have. They already prioritized YapzOr's Blink Dagger. He has got that now, so that's great. Maybe they can make something happen with that. PL is going to be pushing bottom in the meantime. Oh, Puppey. There's a double damage rune there. They know it's an anti-mage. Oh, they still get him though. That's a very greedy anti. Okay, he died. Calm down. Woo! This is the second time that there was a double damage rune that LGD just you know, his shiny gem. Gotta have it. Not worth. They do pressure top lane in the meantime with the wards down. It should be a tier 2, but tier 1 in return for Team Secret's not bad, especially in combination with an anti-mage. Oh, hello. MP, you okay, buddy? Oh, okay for the moment. Actually goes for Victoria. Has to be careful. X-Mark and Torrent coming out as well. And still double walk away. Oh, nice force staff from Puppey helping out. Is not enough though. Maybe manages to get himself the kill, and Puppey just teleports out, but X-Mark is going to stop that. And he will drop just the same. Rather than helping his teammate, he just gives another kill. And that was the 6th time Puppey died. In the meantime, top lane, Shadow Shaman, he is able to teleport because the Fisher comes in too late to stop that.
Oh, YapzOr actually managed to get a blink. Did he get that anti-mage kill?
Yeah. He had that before already.
Oh, he did? Okay,
yeah, he did.
Nice. Surprised he was able to farm it.
Yeah, but they really prioritized it. Like, they had, at some point, Tide was just not farming at all. Just gave lanes to YapzOr. I think that's one of the most important things they have to do this game. But then again, at some point, it's still going to be anti-mage that's going to be dominating the scene. And I wonder if they're able to deal with that when the time comes. But they do now have the Shadow Blade up on the Queen of Pain.
They're getting their items for sure.
They're getting it.
One blink, 2 force staffs, and like even Puppey, who's died 6 times, has a force staff.
Yeah.
And then they'll have the Silver Edge soon, so they can kite the initial burst from like X and other spells in the arsenal like Hex, and then they can also deal with the anti-mage.
So we talk a lot about what Secret needs to do to to be victorious, at least getting their items, and they're behind for sure. Is LGD doing anything, or should be doing anything? They're smoking up and they're being very aggressive. I kind of feel like maybe that's not even needed because they're in such a good position, but what did they need to do for this game to end?
Just make sure anti-mage doesn't die and get Roche. I think getting Roche is extremely important for them. I think if PL gets Roche, he could potentially be a problem later on to the game. MP, they see him, can they do anything about it?
Looking for the hookshot, finding the hookshot. X-Mark as well as a Torrent. There was still a double walk available, but he's not going to be able to get it out there. Boat coming out as well. KheZu just walks back. He does get X-Mark. There is a Shackle available as well. Is Yao gonna go in for that? Ooh, he knows that there's a Ravage. He's gotta be fast with that. They don't bait out the Ravage. They don't get the Shackle either, but they do take this tier 2. The creeps are coming in, so the backdoor protection is about to disappear. I like that. This Shadow Shaman, he's like, don't kill my wards. He's tanking the tower.
They're his babies.
Yep, definitely. Tier 1 tower top does drop to mid 1. He gets forced back. And this tower middle actually survives. Ward's now dropped as well, but I mean, it's almost dead, sure enough, but still, every little bit helps at this point.
They do have a little bit of detection on LGD, just Sentry Wars on Yao. So I'm not sure if they're actually going to be able to deal with this co-op. They're prioritizing bigger items.
Yeah.
Glimmer Cape, it looks like, on Kunkka soon. Aether Lens already up on him. Clockwork also has a Midas. Wow, he has a lot of gold. I did not realize he was that farmed.
Pretty fat. He's the true core. He got a lot on that top lane. Another nice dire scan. They know that 11 is still there. They have him teleporting out. Don't think they can interrupt it though. That Earthshaker is way too far away. Blink was not going to get him close enough in time. Queen of Pain. Ooh, careful there. They used the dust. Maybe had dust, but it wasn't enough. Queen of Pain was able to teleport out.
They did try and fissure block off 11 from his shrine, but weren't able to finish the job. So I think Roche is the big elephant in the room.
Don't call that. I think that's very insulting. It would look like. No, but you're right. He's just. There's not really a lineup that is. They X-marked him in time. YapzOr died.
They're very good at avoiding like really important deaths, I would say, except for Ame blinking in to get the rune.
Yep.
Aside from that, like none of these deaths have been completely unnecessary for them. So let's see. They don't have a medallion on their side, but I still think they can do it if they want to waste wards on it. This T2 tower is so low. I don't know which one they want to commit for. Like, do you really want to commit wards for a tower that's at 10% HP?
No, I think they want to commit the wards for Roshan. Maybe push the waves in so that Secret has to show themselves. Perhaps. Wait, what's maybe doing?
I think they need.
Oh, Puppey! Is there a 4-step available for him? Nope, he doesn't already. He already used it. He did get the Timber Saw on the high ground, but that's about it. That's a dead.
Yeah, maybe they also want to wait for Ravage to be down before.
It is scary fighting into the pit.
Yeah.
You got yourself a Ravage, an Echo Slam, Sonic Wave, Lich Ultimate. That's just. Chain Frost is just gonna wreck you.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating. BKB is up on anti-mage, so this could actually be a good time for them to take a big fight. They don't have a blink on Shadow Shaman yet. That's coming out at 400 gold, but without that, their jump is unreliable, I would say. Oh, smoke coming out. YapzOr, he does see a couple of heroes. They do start on Roche right now.
11 hovering over.
And maybe actually went all the way to the bottom, so he's not going to be there for the start of this fight. The smoke could be devastating for them.
They're going to get there in time. Wards have been placed. Mid one's got that invis. There is a sentry there though, so this is the edge. Oh, what?
I just got a lag spike too.
Okay.
I looked at your computer, I was like, you didn't?
I didn't.
Like yeah, I had it. Okay, so Silver Edge is down. It's been revealed. They can easily see what's going on. Oh.
That's an X marks on the Queen of Pain. First staff into safety.
There's still the wards inside the pit. They don't have that much time left, though.
No.
And I'm also
another
lagging
pause.
again.
Yeah, like, I don't get the lag, but...
So, Secret don't know that the wards were used inside the pit. So their Secret like in their world, LGD, like this Roche could be super low, and also they also don't know that wards are down, so they're probably less willing to take a fight than if they didn't know, and no one's really running inside the pit. Ideally, they just want to get a Silver Edge break on the Queen of Pain onto one of the heroes, like Timbersaw without any reactive sacks on them already, or Anti-Mage, and then you follow up with the Echo Slam and burst someone down at the start of the fight, and then you take Roche yourselves with Tidehunter backing you up. That's the ideal scenario for Secret. Ideal scenario for LGD is you get a free Roche with wards, and Secret don't really contest you, or I suppose like you break their smoke with Timbersaw and L11 out in front, and then interrupt their initiation. But
they already can't get a free Roche. I mean, those wards are about to disappear, and it seems like Secret is well aware that that is something that they should.
Yeah, but in Secret's mind, that's what LGD wants. So they have to play like LGD can threaten Roche.
Right.
And I don't think they've been showing on the map enough to reveal that none of them have a medallion. So that instills a little bit of extra fear into their mind. They could be doing it in 25 seconds instead of 30 seconds. You don't exactly know the timeline for LGD taking out Roche. They do know that Anti-Mage doesn't have Vlads though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know he has BKB perhaps. They saw his Ogre Club when he showed on the left side, so they know he's going BKB. I'm not sure if they know that he actually has it yet though.
There was a word thing. Did that already. Oh, X mark on the Timbersaw.
He's trying to push out waves.
Yeah.
their lanes aren't in a great spot. Actually, they have 2 range on bottom, so that lane's pushing in.
Bottom lane is pushing out in favor of LGD. Top lane is pushing out in favor of Secret, but oh, that's not going to last for very much longer because LGD is going to push it out again, and they are looking for a mid one, but mid one was invisible.
And they have wards.
Fine. Yeah.
So now they're going for a play. It looks like on the bottom. This could be a big play, killing the anti-mage, but anti-mage not there.
Anti-mage not there.
They expect him to be there though.
Do you think this is something that LGD might be aware of, then they can sneak Roche?
I don't think they know that everyone's on bottom, because KheZu is showing mid. Normally there'd be heroes backing up mid, but they have wards behind them in T2, so now they know that something weird is happening.
Yeah.
Right now it's like, okay, they're likely approaching from the south side, judging by their positioning. Like, because most of them are on the north side, and they were probably sitting behind PL, I suppose is what they're thinking right now. But now no one's showing around KheZu. It's a little weird.
And there is one sentry, but mid one already provides the vision. In comes Echo Slam, catches Clockwork only. Torn coming out, doesn't hit. The bow though, the boat does hit. YapzOr is already down, and a shackle on a Queen of Pain. She can't do anything with a Ravage, we'll cancel that. And mid one turns around, kills off the Shadow Shaman first off. Has to be careful though, still ends up dropping the Mana Void. Oh, this is scary time, scary time. But for whom? Because this Timbersaw, I believe, is the most scary of them all. Looking very healthy and can't find any target anymore as the rest teleports out. 2 for 2, very even. Still, I would say LGD slightly in favor there because this Timbersaw, there's not even a dent.
Yeah. They were so close to getting a 3-man Echo right there.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't get the full range blink, but this Observer Ward that was dropped was at the very end of the fight, dropped by Lich. So they didn't have vision in the fight. And look at that, LGD dropped 2 Sentry Wards to make sure that Earthshaker couldn't get a good jump and make sure that they did not have vision of them. But LGD were prepared for that. That was a really quick Hex coming out from Shadow Shaman. He almost was not able to Hex the Queen of Pain before he got unloaded on.
Yep. The Ravage was good too, is that the follow-up wasn't really there. They needed a better wombo combo, to say the least. Because otherwise you're just not gonna kill the Timbersaw, and the Mana Void did a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, and Anti-Mage had BKB, so he's invulnerable pretty much during that.
Well, they get the Roshan off the back of that as well, and Secret just have to look for a new way to get a grasp of this game, because it's...
Oh, there's a X-Factor that might be nice though. Tidehunter almost has Sight. He went for a Midas, and he's been farming a lot, and he hasn't really died that much. He hasn't died at all.
That is just... Okay, you want to know what happened? In the mid lane, there was a Kunkka that X-marked the Timbersaw, and during that X-mark, he was able to kill off YapzOr, and then he got X-marked back to mid. Not even kidding.
Oh, they're gonna have to. He doesn't have money for the Scythe. Oh no. Well, he does have it, but Chicken's all the way over there. His Rax might fall before this happens.
Yeah, I think so too. And without Ravage, they can't really do that much. 24 seconds until that comes back up. And I think before then, Rax is already gone, and they kind of also want that Earthshaker to be there. Another X-Mark. Let's see what maybe can do with that one. Not kill anybody this time, but doesn't need to. He just needs to scare people away, and that's exactly what he did. Rax fall. He can't get anything more at the time. In the meantime, we had got mid one pressuring bottom or top a little bit, but it's not enough to kill off that tower.
The thing about Scythe is I don't actually know if it helps you kill Timber at all. It's purely for the AM, but AM has Aegis and BKB, so even if you kill him by perma-hexing him or perma-stunning him, you're not going to be able to kill him twice.
Look at this Clockwork! He stays alive for a very long time. He did end up dropping, but he stayed alive for a very long time. And they had to show the Hex with that as well, so it's no surprise anymore that he has it.
Yeah, they might switch to Lotus Orbs now. Shadow Shaman still doesn't have Blink Dagger. Kunkka showing a Force Staff on his quick buy. Force Staff, decent. Lotus Orb, I guess it's pretty much only good for the Hex. Although you could have reflected Chain Frost. That'd be the dream.
You got 2 heroes in LGD, the Anti-Mage and the Timbersaw. How are they going to kill them? That's the biggest question. Silver Edge sure is nice.
Yeah, but no damage.
It's not enough. They need the damage, and PL is just not that great for that. Not yet, anyway. Later on he will be, but then there will be an Anti-Mage that kills all the illusions, so you don't have that.
I don't even know if PL's going to be the solution though. Like he's pretty high now, or he's third, but these two heroes, Timbersaw and AM, are just great matchups against the PL. Like those are two heroes that you don't want to kill, that you don't want to play PL against, let alone both of them.
It is a rough game for Team Secret. The pressure continues on the bottom lane as maybe just walks up the high ground, just gets himself some stacks of the reactive armor, because why not? Wards are placed as well. At least, as you said earlier already, the PL is taking care of those wards pretty fast. Ooh, Sonic Wave coming out. They managed to kill off the Kunkka. Mid one, invisible as well, goes for the Shadow Shaman. He force taps himself forward. He stays alive for the moment as well. But it comes, I mean, Puppey gets his ultimate off. This might be good. Oh, Creeps take up a lot of stacks though. BKB by Anti-Mage as well, so he doesn't care about that. Mid one able to blink away from him, but he just blinks after him. Mana Void as well. Manages to get himself invis, lives for the moment. Shrine up, KheZu lives as well, but the point is nobody is dying on the side of LGD. Sure, they were able to blow up that Kunkka at the start, but Anti-Mage is just looking healthy.
He's a monster, and he has Arcane Rune throughout that entire fight. Still, that tower stands strong. No damage at all.
It's true. They hold, but they used everything for it.
I think when you have to rely on a Hex and external items to deal with the Anti-Mage, like it's not looking good. They're getting a Bloodthorn too on Queen to hopefully deal with Timbersaw, I suppose. But he is going for Lotus Orb next. He actually almost has it. So goodbye Hex, goodbye Bloodthorn.
Yeah. And goodbye Tier 3 tower by the looks of things. Unless, maybe. Oh, mid one. No, this time he can't get out.
He died in a hook shot into a cog.
He died in a hook shot. There was a Mana Void there as well. Actually, I didn't hear that. But it's, yeah. Couldn't even get out there. Anti-Mage is taking quite a beating. He has Aegis, so he's fine. He knows he's fine. He does back off. Ravage is up in a minute.
Oh, they pass him the bottle. How cute. He's not even gonna use it. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Anyway, he's waiting for the Aegis to time out.
Oh, that?
Hey, hook shot in. Lich, Puppey, careful. He has got his Chain Frost still available. Nice Hex up on the Anti-Mage, slowing down, allowing Secret to get further into their base and take Ravage in their fountain, but that's all they can do. The Queen of Pain's already dead. Their racks are dropping as well. Both of them. Buyback from MP, but for what? Where is the damage? How? Like this Timbersaw, it's just not happening.
There is no damage, Shiver.
I mean, I'm looking for spots of light for Team Secret here because
MP had heart in his quick buy, and I thought he was gonna get it, and then he switched to butterfly because they like damage. But I mean, look at Maybe. He's getting everything thrown at him. He doesn't even care.
Well, nice Ravage though. Maybe they can kill off the Clockwork. Yep, they can. Mana Void, this time not enough to kill off mid one, but it doesn't matter because Maybe still had a lot of damage in him. GG comes out. I mean, LGD, once it started going their way, there was really nothing that Secret could do. It was just, like, again, so 35 minutes. LGD so far has been looking super dominating, and all their games have been 35 minutes or less. It's just was this an outdraft or outplay?
I would say mostly an outdraft. Like PL doesn't do that much. I think he's only good for Shadow Shaman in this particular, and even then he's not that great because if you get the Hex off, he's just dead. And then their team fight is okay, but versus an Anti-Mage and Timbersaw had a very free game. Anti-Mage also had a very free game. There's like early Battle Fury, early Hood on the Timbersaw, and then they don't actually have any good damage.